Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Skilldrum, of course. You're getting kind of used to seeing this table now recently, right? Quite a lot of content from me, more so recently than previously, so it's a good thing, I guess, right? Right, so today we're going to be doing part 2 of kind of what I was doing last video. Well, not last video because that was that Turtles unboxing thing, but the video before that, which was like the Mega Drive games that I had in my collection that I was selling. Now we're going to be going through the Mega CD games that I've got that I'm going to be selling, and also Game Gear. It's what I wanted to do actually all in one encompassed video, but actually we didn't really have enough time. Well, we did have time, I guess, if you want to like another 3-hour video, but that was already long enough, that Mega Drive one. So let's start with the Mega CD games that I've got here. So first one, Black Hole Assault. Most of my Mega CD games are quite common. I don't really have any rare ones like I did, by having the full set of Dreamcast and Saturn. You're not going to see any incredibly rare games here for the Mega CD. Case-wise, hit and miss really. We're getting even older now, aren't we? I mean, Mega Drive, obviously not as old as the Mega Drive, but Mega CD, we're looking at like 1993 here. So, 30 years? 31 years? 31 years. But these were like glass back in the day, weren't they? Very, very fragile cases. Again, quite unique in design. Obviously, I don't actually know what the Japanese Mega CD games look like. Did they look like this? Not sure. American wise, Mega CD games sort of looked like this, right? That we're going to get to eventually, like the long box, sort of similar to the American Saturn. But this is our PAL Mega CD cases. Yeah, notoriously easy to crack, but we're going to take a look at them in detail. So here is the disc. Can actually get back to the discs, see the actual damage to some of these. It's not too bad actually. I'd give that a solid 8.5. There's just like one little tiny hairline crack there. Crack? Not crack, scratch. That probably concerned you for a moment. Complete with manual. Nice crispy manual actually. Bizarrely, our Mega CD cases were double cased, even though there wasn't like 2 discs. Very, very strange design. I guess if there are 2-disc games in the Mega CD library, then it makes sense. But for the most part, or for like probably like 99% of the library, I think they just came on 1 disc. So having this double CD thing was a little bit peculiar. But yeah, there's Black Hole Assault. Next up, actually, is Chuck Rock. I'm trying to go in alphabetical order, but I've kept the long cases out of the smaller cases, so I need to think about where we're going in terms of alphabetical. So you see, again, this is like the American style with the long box, notoriously easy to damage. You can see a crack there. The hinge is completely broken on this case. This is in fact a PAL case, believe it or not. It says printed in the UK, manufactured in Australia. I'm not sure if Chuck Rock has a standard case like that, or this is the standard version of Chuck Rock. See, it also has the foam insert, which the Saturn and American Mega CD games had. There's the manual. Literally crispy. I think it's not been opened for a while, so it's got a bit of it's been awoke. It's been awoke by my handling there. It's gone a bit stiff. Oh, that's what she said. Right. Let's have a look at the disc. The disc looks pretty good there, to be honest. Oh, is that something that can come off? Hold that up to the light. Oh, there is actually a pinhole thingy right there. When you hold that up to the light, you can see through the disc there, just a very tiny 1-dot hole there, which is a shame because the rest of the disc is immaculate. But then, you know what I mean, this is kind of the reason why it probably is a good, you can actually see it on the front there, that black dot. It probably is a good time. I mean, in terms of Chuck Rock, before that disk rot or that damage, data hole, whatever you want to call it, took place, it probably would have been a better time to sell before that happened. But then you can't predict when that happened. I don't know, maybe that was I mean, there's no scratches on the disc, so yeah, I don't know how these things happen. It's just the deterioration of the disc. I'm sure it works fine, but maybe once you get to that bit of the disc, it might skip or freeze for a moment and then, you know, continue on. So yeah, not good. But that's physical media for you from this day and age. It's not surviving. It's why another one of the reasons why I want to offload some of this stuff, because, you know, it's unfortunate. Let's have a look at the black hole assault under the light. You won't be able to see this, but I can. Yeah, that's perfect. Not a data hole in that at all. Should maybe have done that with the Saturn games and the Dreamcast, but they were pretty much pristine. So this is Ecco the Dolphin. You can see there's a crack on the back, but overall generally nice condition. Cool that this game got a Mega CD release. Unusual actually, there's like a big rim around the edge of the disc there, which immaculate disc, held up to the light completely fine. Let's have a look at the manual. Ecco the Dolphin instruction manual. I think I did say in the Saturn, is this the era where manuals went black and white? But no, the Mega CD games here are actually in black and white. So next is Final Fight, one of my favourites on the Mega CD, probably the best version of Final Fight, I would say. It comes with Guy as well as a playable character. Obviously on, I think it was the Nintendo SNES. Just holding up to the light, perfect. Yeah, on the SNES I think it was just Cody and Hager, right? And maybe there was a Guy release, it's like a separate Guy release. My disc on Final Fight is perfect. It's a game that I had as a kid. Took care of it myself. Chuck Rock actually was a game I had as a kid, so not quite sure why it's got that data hole. But like I say, these things happen with these old discs. Next up should be Hook. Great game this is actually. I I love the flying aspect. I kind of wish that you could fly all the time, but you get this sort of power up that allows you to fly briefly, and those moments that you can fly, it's quite a lot of fun. 2D platformer, as was prevalent in those days. So there's the manual for Hook. You can see it's a little bit bent, that it's been shoved in there for so long. Another one of these long box type of games. A little bit dirty looking, which is unfortunate. It's just age, storage perhaps not the best, and just some games sort of react differently to others in different temperatures and humidities or whatever. Let's check out the disc for Hook. Definitely needs a wipe. Let me get my wipe. Actually, a little bit of polish here. I'm going to do this on camera. Let's go on this side. Give the disc a little bit of a polish, just to clean off that little bit of strange residue that was on there. There you go. Bloody hell, that's so minty now. Dry one. Just gently go around on that. Ooh, bit of dust. Right, yeah, very, very minty looking now actually. No data holes. Yeah, lovely disc. You can actually see the difference between the clean version now and the unclean version. So a little bit of a brief clean just while we're doing this. How are you guys doing, eh? You're tuning in to watch me clean some random disc. Yeah, that's much better. Okie dokie, cool. Yeah, showing back the case again. These long box ones pretty much all broken, I think. Although that's not actually lost the hinges. I don't know why it's come directly off. Let's see if we can fix it. So that's in there. Yeah, it just seems like it's weird, isn't it? It's like, oh, it's because the crack on the front of the case is actually making it get wider. Unfortunate. Mega CD games for you. To even put that in. Damn it. There we go. Okay. Next up is Jaguar XJ220. Little crack there, tiny crack there. This was from Fair Game, apparently, in Crowthorne. A few little cracks on the back. Generally decent condition for a Mega CD title. You kind of expect to get cracks. We've got a few light scratches on the disc. Under the light, we are fine. No data holes. We've got a manual. Oh, I remember this. The good story with this. I got this from EGX, not last year, the year before. I actually haggled the guy down. That was funny. I think he had. I can't think. Maybe this was like 15 quid, and there was another game that was like 20 quid. So it was like 35 all in. And I said, "Would you do both for 20?" And he agreed. It was like mad. It was like 15 quid. Discount. Like I literally got this game for free almost, and then we opened it up and there was a copy of Star Wars Rebel Assault in there. Oh, it's a demo CD only, actually. Demo CD only. I only just noticed that. So a demo of Rebel Assault inside here. I don't know if that was always the case. Maybe that was always the case, you know. I mean, it does say Sega Pro like it's with a magazine, but maybe not. For some reason I thought that JVC made this game, but it's Core, so yeah, just a random disc happens to be in the back there. I guess that is the beauty of having this double-sided cases. You can put a disc in if you like in the back for some reason, like that guy had. Next up is Jurassic Park. Quite a fun FMV game. I mean, it was back in the day. I quite enjoyed this. Don't think it's a game that I ever completed. But I explored around quite a bit. So we've got some very light scratches on there. Yeah, can't see any data holes. There's like some tiny gaps around this rim here, but I'm not quite sure why, because there's no data on that anyway, so I don't know. Here's the manual. And just for completion's sake, we'll have a look check in the back. That was from Fantasy World, which was what Forbidden Planet was before. So I think it went maybe not Fantasy World, because there was another world. Maybe Fantasy Zone was before another world. Can't think off the top of my head anymore. Next up is Mickey Mania. Quite a nice copy of Mickey Mania. We've got some couple of cracks on the back though. Unusual actually how it's is it? Oh no, Jurassic Park's the same, with this sort of dotty look to it. I don't think all the games are like that. Like, in fact, those might be the first two of that style, where it sort of says Mega CD down the side. I don't know if that means it's more modern or is that older. Where's the year on this? So that's 94. That's actually 93, so yeah, God knows. Maybe it's just a style for certain games. But there's Mickey Mania. Disc is rather scratched actually overall. Could do with a clean up, I reckon that. There's the pixely artwork on the front. Holding it up to the light, it's perfect. Yeah, just needs it's like a tiny resurface just to get rid of the scruffy look to the disc. Manual, a little bit dog-eared, but not a bad copy of Mickey Mania actually, for the age. Next up is a nice copy of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. A few tiny hairline cracks on the back. Let's have a look at the disc. Hopefully this should be a good disc, because this is a game that I owned as a kid. Yeah, it's pretty much immaculate. No data holes. That's going to be the theme now, looking for data holes. Manual is completely in black and white, even the cover. Another fun FMV game, if not a little bit difficult and annoying, but if you learn the QTEs on that, it's like you're playing through some episodes, I think. Next up is Mortal Kombat. This is how I played Mortal Kombat as a kid. I never owned it on the Mega Drive. I had the Mega CD version, which means it should be pretty much immaculate, which it is. Under the light there, nice manual, crispy, almost fresh manual, and nothing in the back. Yeah, nice copy, just a little crack on the back. Next up is Prince of Persia, a game by Jordan Mechner. Little crack on the back. Overall quite nice. Disc, immaculate looking. No data holes. Manual. A little bit crispy, but decent. Also got an insert in the back, I just noticed. Yeah. Nice copy of Prince of Persia. So guys, what's your experiences with Mega CD? Did you own it as a kid? Have you played on one since if you didn't? What type of games on the Mega CD did you enjoy playing? This is one of my favourites actually, Road Avenger. I remember playing this in a Comet, probably before we had a Mega CD. And yeah, just seeing a playable sort of movie was pretty mind-blowing as a kid. I didn't quite understand the controls on a demo kiosk. It didn't really explain to press this at this point and press that. So there was a lot of like just pressing random buttons and sort of seeing how the scene unfolds. But then obviously once you understand what you're meant to do, where you press the accelerate button when it blinks, you know, turbo or whatever, and then the brake button, and then left and right obviously. Great game, really fun, nice soundtrack. Yeah, one of the best Mega CD games in my opinion. This came with the Mega CD. This is Sega Classics Arcade Collection. Apparently it's a limited edition. I don't know if there is a non-limited edition, but it's basically like one of those Mega games that you'd see on the Mega Drive where it compiles a group of games, but these are some big banger titles. You've got Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Revenge of Shinobi, Super Monaco GP and Columns, all on one disc. Quite unusual actually for, obviously if you just bought a Mega CD, to get basically Mega Drive games bundled with with it, but I suppose it's pretty cool that they're all on a disc. Absolutely mint condition, crispy. Got the original insert there. Looks like we've got another manual in the back. Not quite sure why. Yeah, still not quite sure why. Maybe different languages, but cool to see. Double manual box there. That's why it's quite a weighty thing. Decent condition overall. Next we've got the last of the long box games that I've got. Again, hinge broken. Nothing you can do about it really. This is Sewer Shark. I haven't had this game for too long actually. I bought this, probably one of the most recent titles I picked up, just because it was relatively cheap. One of the cheaper titles, just as I was lightly collecting for Mega CD. Not going like crazy like Saturn and Dreamcast, but if I came across something that I thought was a good price, relatively cheap, I picked it up. Just give that a little wipe there, a little bit of a mark, dirty mark. Scrub up quite nicely actually if you actually just give them a bit of a polish. That looks spotless, and it is. So just a shame about the case really. Manual is built into the cases on these releases, these long box releases. I do think limited run games sell sort of repurposed cases if you did want to replace some of these cases. A really bad crack on Sherlock Holmes, Consulting Detective. This is a game I had as a kid and honestly didn't understand what I needed to do, like interrogate, go around accusing people of crimes. There was so much dialogue and stuff going on, and quite complicated whodunit sort of a mystery thing, as an 8-year-old kid or whatever, if not younger. It didn't quite make sense. But but I quite enjoyed the FMVs. Next up is Sylphied. This is a good game actually. We've got a few little cracks on the box, but otherwise it looks quite minty. Another one of those discs that's got the outer rim, no data holes, and a manual. Just a really nice copy of Sylphied. Again, not a rare game by any means, it's quite a common title. But yeah, recommend Sylphied. Next up, we've got a double pack. It's Solfis and Cobra Command. I put this under S's just because Solfis is the top game. And Solfis is awesome. If you haven't played Solfis and you like shooter-ups, shmups, Solfis is a banger. Really is a great game. Let's have a check of the condition there. Yeah, this is a game I owned as a kid. Absolutely adored it. And Cobra Command, decent. Not as good as Solfis. It's got its own manual. Nice little 2-pack. Not quite sure why they decided to do that. I don't think you can get either of these games separate that I'm aware of. Also means you can't see any like box art, like screenshots of the game. But I believe Cobra Command was FMV. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like it may be an FMV one. Not as memorable as Solfis. Solfis is great. Yeah, I've got Sonic CD, which, wow, probably the best game on the console for me. Mega CD, Sonic CD is amazing. I love the music, I love the intro and outro animation, and the game is one of my favourite Sonic games actually. Yeah, I probably would put Sonic 3 and Knuckles above it, of course, and Sonic 2, maybe even Sonic 1, but I don't know. I'd probably put this above Sonic 1 actually. Sonic CD, great game. And then, guys, Snatcher! Yeah! The biggest, most expensive game on the console I don't own. This is actually a repro. Well, not even a repro, it's just like a case. It's not even a Mega CD case. It's like very lightweight plastic. Someone's just done like some sort of a photo print. You know, it's not even that clear. And a burnt disc that happens to play on Mega CD. I don't know if that means that all burnt discs can play on a Mega CD, or it needs to be like a specific, I don't know. I've never really tried actually to burn a game on a disc, but I know that I can put that in my Mega CD and it plays Snatcher. So that's why I got that. I think that was off Etsy or something. Now going back to proper games, Star Wars Rebel Assault. So we'd seen the demo disc that was in Jaguar. This was from Chill Out Games, a great little online shop. Immaculate condition, actually, no cracks on this case, which is nice to see. The disc is the full game version of the disc, of course. We've got a scratch there, and sort of this residue perhaps has been resurfaced at some point that you can kind of just wipe off, so I don't know why they don't. Just get a little bit of a sort of a wet cloth to wipe that residue off. Like that. There we go. Oh, I've not really done it, but no data holes, but yeah, there is a little tiny scratch. There's the manual, got a bit of bubble wrap as well. Nice manual. And the back, nothing there. Next up is Softwork Toolworks Star Wars Chess. Quite a mouthful. That's what she said. Cracks. Fun chess game, actually. This is probably how I got into chess as a kid. I think I did know chess because I did used to play it with a guy at school who used to like really be into chess. But yeah, I picked this up. Well, I say I picked this up. I think it probably came with the console. This chess game wasn't something that you go out of your way to buy, just with it being Star Wars. Really nice copy of Star Wars chess, actually. Very, very slow to play. A lot of like loading involved and stuff. But if you like your chess games and you're very, very patient, a lot of fun to be have with the way that the characters like fight each other to destroy each other. It's even got the sticker on the side there. Next up, we've got Thunderhawk as a demo. It says demo cover mounted CD, not for resale. I'm not sure where that's from. Possibly a magazine. I feel like it was sellotaped to a magazine possibly back in the day, but we do have the actual game, which I think I did buy from Game On in Stoke actually. So essentially he's going to be rebuying this back. Yeah, Thunderhawk, decent copy of it. Put under the light. No data holes. So it's just Chuck Rock, I just think. This is probably the only game that's going to be like that, unfortunately. Nice condition actually. No cracks that I can see. Yeah. Last few here now, guys. We got Tomcat Alley. This is a game I had as a kid, and I actually really enjoyed this. I know a lot of the FMV games are poo-pooed by people. Not really too much to them. Obviously, it's just basically like a glorified QTE system. But I actually quite like the gameplay in Tomcat Alley. The missions and stuff. The footage, decent game. If you want a good decent FMV game, try Tomcat Alley. I don't think you can go wrong. Quite a wrecked case on this one. We've got a big scratch there, big cracks on the back, and whatever that is. But this is WF Rage in the Cage. One of the few that doesn't have the name on the side, which is annoying. Quite enjoyed this as a kid. Was never really a big wrestling fan, but I did own this, whether or not this came with the console or it was just a game that we picked up at some point. But this was quite fun to play, especially with friends. In the Cage, one of the better wrestling games I've played, that actually. Here is Wolfchild, which was originally picked up from Megaland, which used to be in Hartshill Road, Stoke-on-Trent, apparently. I don't know, can't remember that shop at all. This was my cousin's game, I believe, actually. I think he just gave it me one day and then tried to get it back at some point. And I was like, no, you gave me this. There's a tiny couple of like white dots I can see. Possibly a scratch, are they? But I do remember playing Wolfchild rather recently, so I know the game actually works. Ooh! Just noticed another disc in here that I wasn't aware of. Decent manual. So we've actually got a demo of Fatal Fury Special. Very strange that these discs are in here. Like just random JVC discs. I don't say that this was ever part of Wolfchild. It is a little bit scratched. Let's see if we can spice it up a little bit. Because majority of the disc is like just needs a bit of a clean, is what I'm trying to say. But it is a bit scratchy, but it's made worse by the way it looks, with the dirtiness look to it. So let's have a quick check of that now. So it's not as bad, but it is rather scratched overall, but I don't even really know. Like I say, it's a demo disc. Very dirty on the top. Tell it's my cousin's. Being that dirty. But it cleans off really nicely actually. Look at that. It actually looks pristine now. I actually brought the colour. Look at that dirt. That's disgusting. I've actually brought the colour of the text back there. Look at that. That's so nice looking now. Yeah, Fatal Fury Special demo disc. I love Fatal Fury, so didn't even realise that was in there. And last game, guys, so this is Wonder Dog. Pristine case. Yeah, a game I had as a kid. Quite fun, enjoyable platformer. Not the best. Disc is immaculate. Looks like it's never been played, mate. That's crazy. A Mega CD game looking like that. It's stunning. Manual stunning. Yeah, wow. Did take care of my games, man. Yeah, quite a fun game. Just not the best platformer. And that is the Mega CD titles done. So let's have a quick look at the Game Gear games. Because I wanted to sort of combine, like I say, I wanted to combine the Mega Drive, the Mega CD and the Game Gear. But obviously the Mega Drive video was a little bit too long. So we can have two shorter videos. Not exactly short, you know my stuff. So this is what I've got for Game Gear. So I did used to have the boxes back in the day, but we threw them all out, guys. You know, as a kid, unnecessary having all this cardboard when it's just the games that you want to get to. And, you know, that type of cardboard, like the Game Gear boxes, quite hard to get to the games, putting them in and out, so they were never really in the boxes. So I can understand, like, my mum and dad getting rid of the boxes. I think they did come in these clear cases. I don't know why I've only got 5. But all these are loose carts, essentially. There's the Game Gear. It doesn't work. It powers with the light on, but nothing comes on the screen, so there's something wrong with it. It needs fixing. There's the TV tuner. The top of the aerial is broken. Again, this is just all really old stuff, man. I've got a battery power pack there that I used to plug it in and play on it, because obviously the notorious batteries. I don't know if that works. I don't know if the wire's a bit iffy. From memory, I feel like something was. And I've got a Game Genie, if you remember these guys, that plugs in the back of the console and you put the game in there. And it gives you access to some specific cheats that are actually in this book, so you can enter codes. So let's have a look at one, for example. Let's have a look at the Sonic code. So let's go to page 43. Isn't actually there, so why does it say 43? These are the ends. Let's just go to the S's. So we've got Shinobi, Simpsons, Space Mutants. So Sonic is the Sonic 2 in here, because I haven't got Sonic 1 for some reason. Here you go, Sonic 2. So we've got infinite lives, if you put that code in. Invincible after 1 ring. Each ring's worth 2 points. Each ring's worth 3 points. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't lose rings when hit. I don't know if these were already in the game or Game Genie have found like codes that add these things, possibly. Don't lose rings when hit. Start with 1 life, 5 lives, 9. Stop the timer. Start on Act 2. Start on Act 3. Just strange cheat codes, really, aren't they? But yeah, just to give you a bit of an advantage, because obviously games were notoriously difficult back in the day. So let's have a look at the games that I've got. So I've got Alien 3. Other than just showing you the front there, I can't really say too much about these. Fun game, actually, Alien 3. Ariel and the Little Mermaid. That's a fun game, despite being a little bit embarrassing as a kid owning that. The way that you sort of navigate around the map looking for these little sort of gem things or whatever. Quite fun, actually. I remember enjoying that as a kid. Asterix and the Secret Mission. Again, love Asterix games back in those days. That one is particularly good, actually. Battletoads. Never owned it on the Mega Drive. This is where I played Battletoads, and it was fantastic on the Game Gear. Deep Duck Trouble. Another great Donald Duck title. Along with that, Lucky Dime Keeper actually is one of my favourite Game Gear games. Used to love that game. We've got Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Classic. We've got McDonald's Global Gladiators. That's a fun little platformer. This, guys, this is my favourite Game Gear game of all time. Halley Wars. I don't know if it got a Mega Drive release, I don't think so, or maybe a Master System, because Game Gear is sort of Master System. I know there was Halley's Comet, which is sort of this, but this is like the Game Gear version, and in my opinion, that is the better of the two, because I played Halley's Comet on, don't know what it was on, I think it was on one of the Taito collections. It's not got a patch on this. This is so good, being able to, you sort of progress towards different planets that are further and further away in the solar system, and obviously it's like a shmup, vertical shmup as well, where you get these cool weapons. There's a lot going on once you've got both of the sort of like shield things, multiple things, and the music is so addictive. I love the music. Jungle Book, Ninja Gaiden, or Gaiden, I don't know. I always said Gaiden back in the day, but I think it is actually Gaiden. That would make more sense. That's a good game. Otifants I used to love as a kid. Paperboy, classic, I suppose. I didn't enjoy it that much as a kid. Very repetitive, but it is a classic. Road Rash on the Game Gear, interesting. Sega Game Pack 4 in 1. This is good. This came with the Game Gear. This is the game that's got the tennis game where Sonic is the umpire, which is pretty cool. The football game's fun as well. And yeah, there's a car game that's very much like Outrun, but its own thing, and a columnsy sort of puzzle Tetris type game as well. I can't think of how that works, if it's more columns than Tetris. I think it is more columns than Tetris, but yeah, quite fun. Slider, love this game. How do I describe this? Basically, you sort of change the floor a different colour, I think. Maybe similar to Crush Roller, I'm thinking, if you've ever played that. Or I guess Pac-Man, where you pick up the pebbles. But Slider is more level based, not like just a grid where you have to fill it in. There's like enemies and stuff that you have to sort of slide around. I think that's right. Shinobi 2 The Silent Fury, great game. Is this an exclusive? I can't think, you know. Shinobi 2. But this is the one where you get the different coloured Shinobis, and they've got different powers, sort of like different crystals on levels. Great game, that. Sonic 2 on the Game Gear. Probably the hardest Sonic game of all time. Getting past that first boss on a Game Gear screen that's like blown up with the sort of the scorpion, and you have to dodge 8 balls and hit him. Horrible first boss. Sonic Chaos. Great game, a little bit more playable than Sonic 2 because it's easy to play. Super Space Invaders. That was one of my dad's favourite games, actually, back in the day. Space Invaders. We got The Simpsons Bart versus the Space Mutants. Very difficult, changing things, different colours. I never could work out how you get to some of the pink things on that very first, you know, where there's the building with the sort of the window ledges that are dead high up. Could never figure that out. And finally, my favourite breakout type clone game. This is Woody Pop. This has got a really cool game design in that it's got branching paths, so you sort of clear a level like Breakout would, where you got the marble and you break the blocks, and there's loads of little power-ups that make the log longer and that sort of thing, multiple balls or whatever. But yeah, when you complete a game, you get a choice of whether you want to go up or to the right, and yeah, it's very cool how the stages sort of advance like that, and it's sort of like choose your own adventure sort of based in that sense. But that's it, guys. So that is all of my Mega CD titles, all my loose cartridge Game Gear titles. Bit of a shorter video actually, which I'm quite pleased with. Means I can get this uploaded ASAP and get a bit of a price list sorted out on them, and just clear them out of my office, because yeah, I could do with a bit more space really as I'm tidying things away. So that would be very beneficial. Next up, I'm going to take a look at my Sega Pico collection. Rather small collection, but I feel like we can talk a little bit more about that. I've actually got the box and the console that's not typically seen. Not that it's particularly crazy rare. You could probably go on eBay and buy one right now if you wanted to for like 50 quid, but it might make an interesting video all the same. So yeah, thanks very much for watching as always, guys. Not sure if that was enjoyable as the previous ones. Enjoyable in the sense it's shorter, but maybe not as enjoyable just looking at Mega CD games and games over a complete Saturn collection, complete Dreamcast collection or whatever. But thank you for watching all the same, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.